Welcome to Long Story Long. I'm your host, Lisa Curry. Today's guest is the hilarious comedian Katrina Davis. Katrina was recently named a comic to watch by Time Out LA, and she just recorded her first hour special produced by Comedy Dynamics, and she recorded it at the Tribeca Film Festival, which is so dope. She's great. She's hilarious. You're going to love this. Here you go.
Hey, Katrina, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's so good to see you. How's things? I know you moved into a new place.
Yeah, I just moved, so I'm like freshly getting settled. I'm neurotic, so I'm still just like looking around at all the stuff that isn't done yet. But it's absolutely. In a really good place. Like, I'm happy. It's awesome.
Good. Yeah. It's so exciting to move to a new place and like settle in. And
I was moving and I was like, I'm about to nest so fucking hard. Like, I'm so excited to not have anywhere to go for like a month or so and just be like, I'm not doing anything that isn't in this apartment and has to do with the stud finder. Like, that's all I want to do right now.
I love it. Wait, in a month, are you going out on the road or?
No, I have like one thing coming up that I don't think I'm supposed to say yet, but it'll just be like
the best stuff. That's fun, really exciting.
It's just like a fun comedy thing. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see what it is. So, Katrina, where are you from? Where did you grow up?
Well, I was born in Baltimore, which I just came back from. I went to go visit with my mom and my dad, and I hadn't seen a lot of my family in probably like 15 years. Because
really?
We used to go all the time in the summer. I was born in Baltimore, but I grew up in Florida. So we would go back and forth every summer and visit until I got like too big to sleep in the back seat anymore. Yeah. And my mom was like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. And then we would fly sometimes, but didn't get to do that as much. And so I hadn't seen some of my cousins and stuff since I was, in junior high, maybe high school, beginning of high school. So yeah, it was really nice. But I grew up in Florida, in Jacksonville. And that's where I started stand-up.
Like, did you know you wanted to be a comic when you were a kid?
I've always loved stand-up. I've always watched stand-up with my mom. I had like one friend that we would watch all of Comedy Central together and had Big Daddy memorized, and
I love it.
Me and a friend I danced growing up. Ooh, so in between dance classes, me and another girl, Kaylin Castillo, what's up? She just had a baby. Not like just, but yeah, she has a baby now. But like, we used to spoof Coffee Talk.
Oh my God.
So we would do Mike Myers and Davis Wade Coffee Talk, but in like leotards for like 10 girls and just improv things in bad New York accents for like as long until we had another dance class. So I've always done stuff like that. But I always thought, kind of once I got older and still love stand-up and still was just constantly just obsessed with, like, I have whole friendships that are based off us just quoting Ace Ventura for a year and a half of junior high and like was always still obsessed with stand-up and had like every Comedy Central Presents memorized. And so I always felt like I would try it. But I kind of was also raised in like the starving artist mentality of like, you can have your fun little creative things, but like you have to be able to support yourself. So I always kind of was like, I'll try it, but I never considered actually being able to do it like on a regular basis. Even.
Are your parents creative people?
They say that they like don't know where I get stuff from, but I think that they were just too busy being like Black kids in Baltimore in the 70s and 80s in survival mode. Because I'll be like, I don't know where you get that from. And then I'll be like, I always look at the moon and think certain things. And my dad will be like, me too. And I'm like, why don't you say that stuff out loud? So I think that they both kind of have things that they don't realize are. But yeah, I'm definitely weirder than both of them also. I'm just like a spaz. Like, even the reason I got put in a dance was just because I was trying to backflip off of stuff. And my mom was like, you're going to kill yourself. Like,
you need to get this energy out.
You're going to lose your mind on something. Yeah, so.
That's great. Wait, so the first time you did stand-up, you said in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
What was like the catalyst to get you to do that?
I don't know. Like I said, it was kind of just always festering in the back of my head. And I, even in college, didn't know that people were just like doing stand-up. I didn't know that people were doing stand-up where I was. I did not understand the concept of an open mic, really. I had never even considered myself doing stand-up enough to really like look into it. And then I started, after I graduated, I found a job back. I went to UF, go Gators, and then I came back home to Jacksonville and got a job and started just like going to Art Walk by myself. Like I just started looking up stuff that looked like I wanted to do it on the internet and being like, I don't know where people I like in Jacksonville are anymore. Like a lot of my friends had, done different stuff after college, or a lot of my friends that I was the closest to from college weren't from Jacksonville, so they either went back down south to Florida, down somewhere else in Florida, or other cities when they got like cool med school jobs and stuff. So I was really like kind of starting from scratch. So I just started going to art stuff, going to hip hop shows, and like made a bunch of friends. And then my friends would be musicians or artists or making all these things. And I was at this bar, Rain Dogs, all the time. That was down the street from my house, and they had open mics for other things. And I was talking to the lady who owns it, Christina Wagner. I love her so much. Wags, she's pregnant right now. But I was sitting at the bar with her one night and being like, yeah, like I want to try the comedy open mic that they have here, but I just keep like freaking out about it. And she was like, dude, like, because she sings. And she was like, dude, I did that forever. I freaked out. And she was like, I waited like 10 years to finally do, what I knew I wanted to do. And it's the best feeling in the world. She was like, just go do it. She was like, that's why I made this place. It was like, there's nobody back there, dude. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, just go.
Yeah. It's like, it's Florida. It's not like there's talent scouts. I mean, there's not that there's no talent scouts anywhere in Florida, but it's like,
no, it really isn't. It's just us. It's made for you to like come here and try it just as anyone. Yeah. So I had a bunch of jokes written already, and I would come every night. It was me and like the same 12 to 16 guys, and like one lady who's like my comedy mom, Christina Shriver, and Jessica Mears if she didn't have to work. And it was like us. And so I would go and listen to like 2.5 hours of a mic and not sign up. Like I would push through. Oh, I would push through.
Man, that's hell.
I would park. No, I didn't. I was just working up the nerve. Like I would park, walk up. It was like 9 o'clock. I would walk up, push through the double doors, and in my head be like, not tonight. And just walk to the side and sit and then listen to everyone and leave. I did not speak to anyone. I did not introduce myself. I would just like listen to everyone and leave. And then finally, after like a month of that, this guy, James Chapin, came up to me and was like, so are you a comic? Like, I think they were trying to figure out if I was just like obsessed with someone there or something. They were just like, why are you here?
They're like, are you someo's parole officer?
Yes. Like you were.
This is crazy.
Are you here to subpoena someone? What's happening? So I was like, oh no, I have jokes. Like I'll get up one day. And he was like, okay, cool. And then probably a couple weeks after that, I got up. And it was great. And then that whole night, and I kind of was like, okay, good, I did it. I still was kind of like on some bucket list shit where I was like, I told my jokes and now I'm done. And that whole night, I was up every 5 minutes writing a new joke. And I was like,
I love that.
And I was like, damn it, now I have to go back. Because it was so nerve-wracking. Like, it was scary, and I was glad that I had done it. So that was another thing, is a lot of people would be like, oh, you should do stand-up. And I would be like, yeah, I'm gonna one day. And it was kind of my way of being like, okay, now when people ask me, I can be like, yeah, I tried it, and they can leave me the fuck alone. Yeah,
that's so funny. So your like immediate initial thought was like, well, that's done.
Yes.
And moving on to the next thing.
Exactly.
What did you, I don't speak English anymore. What did you study in college?
Advertising, which was me just like going down a list of majors and hating everything and being like, I like TV, I'll do that. And I wanted to be an architecture major, but D1, which is Design 1, is a weed out class. It's like meant to strike fear into your heart, and it worked, so I changed majors.
Oh shit, really?
But that's really the other thing I would have done was architecture, because I love buildings.
Yeah, I feel you. And it's the same, kind of sphere of thing where it's still like creative stuff. It's also like, I think, when you're going through high school and college and you're trying to figure out a major, if you have the drive to be creative, it's not like people don't take it seriously.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, well, why don't you kind of squash that feeling and push it in this direction?
And that's kind of what I think happened to me because I was with my parents, I was talking to them about this, and my mom was like, first off, you were always trying to make something a business. Which I didn't remember, but that's kind of what it was I wanted to be creative, but I was constantly told that you can't make money that way. So I made a bunch of Lisa Frank jewelry.
Oh my gosh,
but
I love this.
Crunched the numbers and realized that I couldn't actually sell enough pieces and make a profit and make enough money to buy more Lisa Frank jewelry kit packets.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so I'll rent it. So I started renting out Lisa Frank jewelry for like a quarter a day. Like my dad wore like a rainbow pin with a golden retriever on it.
This is the cutest thing I've heard of.
I started a tattoo parlor at the YMCA after daycare. Yeah, like I would draw, we had a price list. Like I would draw like yin yang, smiley face, different sizes, like 25, 50 cents, 75 cents. This other girl brought a money box from home. Don't know where we got that.
This is amazing.
It was me and two other girls. And then we started someone complained that it washed off because we were using like different color pens and stuff. So we switched to Sharpies and then someone's mom told on us and we got shut down.
I love that you're just drawing on kids with Sharpies. Like, here you go.
Yes.
Good luck getting this off because it's on, for probably a month.
I was about to say, there was definitely a kid that had just like a badly drawn yin yang on their bicep for a week. And it was just like, hey, you paid for it.
That's hilarious. Also, like, side note, it's good that the Lisa Frank thing didn't go anywhere because a friend of mine is a graphic artist and she made Lisa Frank tarot cards like just for fun, and the company came after her and was like, you can't do this.
They would have sued the
and she's like, it's just in my portfolio. It's just like a funny thing I did, and they were like, absolutely not. No. And I'm like, fuck them. I want some Lisa Frank tarot cards.
Frank Inc. would have come to my door in Orange Park and been like, shut it down.
You're like 8 and they kick in the door.
My mom has on a beaded, like elastic wristband. They're like, yeah, bag it. That's evidence.
And you're like, but this was my living.
Yeah.
I was renting these. And they're like, what?
I've always been, it was like, okay, if I can't be creative and make money, then I'm going to find a way to be creative and make money. It was just like always trying to jump that hurdle however way I could, I guess.
I love that so much. I also love the idea of a kid coming up with the concept of renting.
I didn't realize. I was like, Mom, I did rent the runway when I was like 7 years old with like low-end jewelry. It was all plastic, but I was going to make a profit eventually.
This is so funny. So wait, at the time when you start doing stand-up with your advertising degree, what are you doing for work at this point?
Working at like ad agencies and stuff, but writing. So I was an ad major, realized I loved graphic design, but only had 4 years worth of money. So I was like, can't change majors. So I'm like mildly self-taught, like went to like community college classes that I paid for on my own and like can make my own flyers kind of stuff. But like I do love just aesthetics in general in terms of being creative. Like I love decorating, all that. But so I figured out I like that. But then through all of my stuff in advertising was like, I like all the word stuff. If we were on a team, I was coming up with the taglines. I was writing all of the docs. Like we would come up with fun ideas too, but it was like the writing was always the thing that I started watching commercials and being like, I can reverse engineer exactly what emotion they were trying to achieve through this. Like this is all, I get all of this. So I immediately was like, okay, writing is the thing I can do and not hate myself. So as long as I can write somewhere that I can pay my bills, I can do whatever I want. And that's kind of been my whole thing this whole time.
Wait, so did you, after the first time you did stand-up, how soon was it like that you went back a second time?
We had the mic that I went to was every Tuesday, and so I would go every Tuesday, but that was like the one. Awesome. And then there's other ones like in St. Augustine and these other places that are like, there are probably, at the time, there's probably a lot more, or at least a few more, but there were like 3 or 4 mics within like 50 minutes of me.
Oh,
but
nice.
I still had a day job. So I would like get off at 6 or 7, come home, make food, change, go to a mic at 9, and then, you know, come home and sleep and go back to work. But, yeah, I was just like day jobbing it and then doing
I love
the
it.
mic.
And so, and then you, at the same time, are you trying to like pursue more writing work?
No, I've always been very complacent with wherever I was in comedy because my expectations for it were so low. It's like,
Oh, damn.
as long as I get to do it, I was still writing to the point where I had new jokes every week. So I was just running stuff, you know, I want more, you know what I mean? Nothing was ever going at a pace that I was ever frustrated with. And then when I came here, I basically wasn't making enough money at the ad agency that I was at. It was just small. And so what I was making off commission, I couldn't live off of. And all the other jobs in Jacksonville were kind of super boring. So I kind of was like, all right, I got to move. So it was like here, New York, or Atlanta. Those were like the 3 cities I was looking in that I wanted to move. And I had a friend who had actually moved out here and was working for Tyra Banks at her beauty company. And was like, hey, we need a social media person. And then like a bunch of other stuff had happened. I was in a relationship at the time, broke up with that person, started living by myself, and dated someone who was like super gnarly unsafe. And then my friend was like, hey, we still need a social media person. And I was like, I literally need to change my address. Like, let's go. And
God.
And so I moved to LA and
you're like, I will work for Tyra to get away from this person.
and so even when I got that job, everyone was like, oh, are you moving there for stand-up? Are you moving there for stand-up? And I was like, I needed a job, dude. Like, I lucked out on where the job was.
It was either this or the witness protection program. So it's...
Yeah, it was this or I was going to start wearing lace fronts all the time. So, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm kidding. It wasn't that bad, but it was not fun.
That's funny.
But yeah, so it just kind of worked out with, I'd been doing stand-up like a year when that happened and then moved out here and just was like, oh my gosh, there's so many more mics. It was just like, just the idea of being able to get up at as many mics as you can still makes me happy here. Like yesterday, I was like, oh, I have stuff this week. I don't have any shows. I can just like go to, which has always been my thing. If I don't have shows, mics are my shows. And if I have shows, then stronger shows are, you know, whatever. And other shows I'll be like, my friends are here. I can try some new stuff. It's like whatever tier I'm at, I'm cool with. It's whatever, dude.
I feel the same way. I think that there's like this really unnecessary like snobbery with some people when they start getting booked on shows. They're like, oh, I don't do mics anymore. And I'm like, oh, you don't work on your set anymore? I mean, like, not that when you're doing a show, you're not working, but it's also like you said, I think I have one spot this week so far. And I'm like, okay, well, if I send out avails and I don't get anything, I'm going to do mics the rest of the week because I fucking have shit I'm working on.
Yeah. You still have stuff you need to say out loud. And it's like, even when people are like, and I understand. And I think that even they kind of feed into each other in terms of being like, oh, I gotta hit it. I gotta go to 3 mics a night. But it's like,
that's mental.
But you're all basically just bar hopping in misery. Like going to the same different place, meeting the same people at a different location where like they took longer to park than you did. So you're each a click grouchier, running the same jokes. Like, why wouldn't you just do one and be done with it, or go somewhere where people don't know you? So it isn't like, oh, these are just comics. It's like comics are still people. If you can make them laugh, you'll make regular people that aren't comics probably laugh even harder. It's not like their brains are incapable of computing whether or not laughter should be a response. Like you can still say like it's still worth it. Like
it's not like they're German. Come on. It's like anything you can do to get the work done is important.
Yeah.
Still.
You're right.
Did you find it overwhelming when you got here and it was like, I mean, I assume in Jacksonville or like smaller towns and smaller cities in Florida, like you get up, there's probably 20 other people, and then you come here and there's a list of like 300 people trying to get up at the Comedy Store, and you're like, okay,
when
well.
Yeah, when I first got here, I was luckily excited by it because I didn't go to the store right away. I didn't go to potluck till because I didn't have a car right away. I kind of had to wait for all of my stuff to get here. So which again, this is the thing, is I don't overwhelm myself by just playing the long game by accident. So I would go to West Side Comedy Theater every Tuesday, put my name in the bucket, and for 3 months didn't get called. Yes. So Chris Gorbos, shout out because
shout out Chris, he's the best.
No, just because this became our thing is I would put my name in, sit down, wait for Felicia to call the names. He would be like, did you get up? And I go, nope. And I would buy a Heineken, drink a Heineken, listen to like half of it, and then go home. And I did that for, no joke, at least a month and a half, like a while. My gosh. And finally one day, Chris was like, you're going to bite the bullet next week. And I was like, okay. Yeah. And that was like one of the first times I got up here. And then once my car got here, I started being like, oh, I can like drive around. And then I still had to, not even people. People are cool. Like gnarly ass mics. I didn't care about any of that. Yeah. I would, however, drive to a location, not be able to park, have a panic attack and be like, it's fine. And just drive back home.
I've not only done that for mics, I've done that to friends where they're like, meet me at this place, and I circle for 30 minutes, and I'm like, okay, I'm leaving.
Oh, I straight up hung out with my friend in my car in Koreatown because I was like, I can't park, and I do want to hang out with you. So if you want to just
Koreatown is unbelievable.
Literally, if you want to come down and hang out with me with my hazards on, we can do that because there's literally nowhere for me to put my car. But I did, so insane. That stressed me out. But people didn't ever stress me out once I kind of inched my way into it here. It was just kind of, and I also, like I said, still, I would go to potluck, which is the biggest one, but I would go to like the Lexington. I went to the Lexington, which is where I met another one of my best friends, Aston Wallace, who ran a mic there. And I went there and then I went again, and him and Ashley, his friend that he runs it with, were like, hey, do you know anybody else here? Like, do you just remember? I was like, oh yeah, I'm new. I've been here like a couple months. And he was like, oh, because you're the only girl that's ever come to this mic and come back. So if you could get other women to come to this mic, that would be great. Like, they were like, do you know?
It is a uniquely rough, I mean, that area of town is spooky.
It's fine. That's the thing, is everyone's like, oh my God, like, I love the Lexington. It's like, if you don't think I'm literally friends with the lady that lives next to where I would park and like give her a granola bar every Sunday, you gotta be fucked up. Like, I don't understand what everyone's problem is. It's great.
Yeah, I've run a ton of sets there, but I'm also like,
it's unique.
Yeah,
but that's where I was going and being like, there's so many LA mics. And then once I worked my way up to people being like, oh, go to Paula, because also having my day job. So I had to get a different day job to be able to like tell everyone in Tyra, okay, I'm leaving, and haul ass to make it right at time to sign up for potluck. Like, I was always right on the wire for a lot of the
You're telling Tyra personally? You're like, hey girl.
But she did, I think at some point knew I did stand up, but no, it was the person underneath her that made me cry all the time, but it was cool.
Of course. That's always what happens. It's always... that is always what happens. I'm not going to launch into a huge story, but Wait, so how long did you work there doing social media?
Like a year and a little bit. And
you're just like, I'm out. I need something more flexible.
No, it was so funny because it was kind of that I knew personally I wasn't going to be able to do some of the things that were expected of me.
Sure, yeah.
Whether it be like the timeline of it or whatever it was, I kind of remember being in the hotel room. I gave myself 5 days, like put down 5 days in a hotel to give myself to find an apartment. And I remember coming home from like my first or second day of work there, because I started working remote and then came here, and I remember coming back to the hotel and being like, I'm going to lose that job and be stuck. Like, I'm going to get fired and not have any way to support everything I'm trying to build right now. Like, I immediately started looking for jobs in terms of what it was like there. And then still stayed there a year and a half and then left.
Yeah,
So it was cool.
I mean, that's so good on you because like, I feel like every day job I've had, I'm like, well, I'm fucking terrible at this and I hate it and I don't want to be here. And I'm just going to keep doing it until something else comes along.
Oh, and that's the thing is I didn't even hate the work. I didn't hate anything about it. There were just like stress levels that I knew were not going to sustain. Like I was like, this cannot continue. Yeah. And I did have a full-on panic attack and then call in sick and quit. So it worked out.
Oh no. I mean, that works. And at least Tyra didn't start stand-up. Like,
no.
You know.
Honestly, that could have been the gnarliest. That would have been the gnarliest part of any of this. And she was like great. Like anytime she was there was awesome. So I was really happy that happened. Even resume wise for like, even my first job was in retail. That's the thing is there are parts of corporate America that I don't totally mind navigating. It's just like, yeah, whatever, I'll do it, dude. But it was like, I worked in women's retail, which I loved because I love clothes. I write about clothes all day. Are you kidding me? I was like photographing clothes, doing product descriptions, doing marketing floor sets, talking to buyers, because I would also, I was a fit model. Which is just when you're small, like a regular person is, not like a model. So it's like they take pictures of them on a model and then they're like, what will it look like on a regular small person? And I used to do that with people and just like, I love that whole job, but getting a crossover to beauty was really hard. So shout out to Tyra, for giving me an opportunity to get over into beauty, because once I did that, it was way easier to get a lot of other writing jobs here. And that were, like you said, more flexible. Or,
was your next job more writing focused then?
It was still, I did social media forever. And it was hard also to go from social media as an advertising person to a full-on copywriter.
Yeah.
And so ghostwriting for like public figures and all that helped a lot and stuff too. So
that's great. So at this point, I mean, I assume as soon as you get to LA, you're like, oh, stand-up is going to be a career one day.
I mean, I still am very realistic about what I was like. I still get to tell jokes because, you know, and you get paid more than I do. It's like I knew how far away I was from even getting drink tickets. So no, I did not get here and be like, I'm going to start living off comedy. No, hell no.
See, I feel like that's so funny. It's so funny that like you're at the same time like this business person who like is renting out jewelry that you're making, but then at the same time you're like, well, this might not be a career or anytime soon, because I feel like part of my brain is I'm so fucking delusional and optimistic that I'm like, all right, so pretty much any day now somebody's going to call me and say they want to buy my show and I'm going to make
I'm constantly
$100,000.
I'm constantly supplementing because I trust no one. In terms of I want to be able to, like, even in terms of my day job, is I work hard enough that I can do comedy and not put pressure on comedy to earn, because that's why I'm not bitter. It doesn't owe me anything. All this shit has been free the whole time. I have no expectations for anyone to pay me to talk for 10 minutes. Regardless of whether or not they should or shouldn't.
Yeah, not that's great that it doesn't make you bitter. Yeah.
It's it is what it is, dude. I work until a certain time so I can smoke weed and tell jokes as much as I want.
That's the best philosophy. And I love that. It's like, that sounds so freeing and so stressless, because I'm constantly like the opposite of that. Like, well, how do I make this turn into the next thing and then the next thing? And I'm just like, so,
and it's like, you know what?
Constant future tripping.
I'm going to play your bullshit capitalist game. I'm going to do my shit, but I'm also not going to force my art to be put into that peg. Cause it's like, I don't do anything comedically for money. If I wouldn't do it for free, I wouldn't do it at all. You know what I mean? It's like, I like the idea of like me shooting a special and be like, oh yeah, I get paid for that. I totally forgot. Yeah. I literally forgot. Like, I don't care, because I was just worried about, I'm happy that it turned out the way I wanted to, and something that I worked that hard on, like that I never really imagined being able to create something of that magnitude and be able to share it with people. I just like, oh, okay, and I get paid. Okay, cool. Like, I don't.
You're like so surprised. I mean, you got to be careful though, because people are going to take advantage of you then. I mean, I don't know.
I
not
know.
to like,
No,
and
that's
that's
the
a weird
thing
advice thing, but people will be like, she doesn't expect pay. Let's not pay her.
Well, that's the thing that I think will be in my favor for other people that help me is because they know I don't care. And so they go even more to like, you're going to get this. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Because you know I don't care. And they're like, yeah, we know. It's like, I don't care, dude. Like, if I get to tell jokes, I'm golden. I took care of everything else so that I could be here, not stressed about how, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I think that's such a great attitude. I need to relax a little more myself. So you recently shot a special with Comedy Dynamics at the Tribeca Film Festival, which is the dopest shit. How did that come about?
I was talking like a while ago. I did another taping, a smaller taping, for something called Everything Is Fine that I think you can still get on Spotify. I shot that with Seed and Spark, and it's like there's audio and video, and there's little 15-minute videos that you can still like log on to Seed and Spark and watch. And it's like this episode of me and Felicia. It's like a watered down version of how me and Felicia became best friends, and it's pretty funny. But then the audio, I think they got a hold of at some point at Comedy Dynamics. Yes. So after like it had been out for a while, and I think that they maybe liked me off of that. And so I had been talking to them for a while about doing something and just waiting until I was ready for it. And I had a personal goal of trying to get a half hour done this year somehow. I didn't know if I was going to do it on my own. I didn't know when, whatever. And then this came up and I was just like, I just feel really good about this. I'll do this. And once I wrote everything out and arranged everything and felt good about like the time that I needed to have, I was like, oh yeah, I'll do this. And it just worked out.
That's awesome. Wait, so what's the Everything Is Fine?
Everything Is Fine was a special that I did with Seed and Spark, which is a local awesome company run by Emily Best. I love her so much. And
I love all these shout outs.
I know. It's like everything I do. Even when I ran my hour here before I went to New York, and I would interrupt random jokes and be like, oh, that's so-and-so. Oh, that's so-and-so. And I was like, sorry, all you guys are in all of these jokes, but it's all just like people around me. But she's awesome. And just because I wrote them when like a lot of the director of that Zan, who's also amazing, like wrote under this, and I was like, you're the reason I'm not afraid to do this, because that was the first time that I did something of that magnitude where we did a taping and they interviewed me, and then I did 15 minutes and I think they cut it down to 12, and it's me and 5 other female comics. It's like Amelia Harris, Leah, like there's a bunch of comics on there. It's so good. That's awesome. So we did that like 2 or 3 years ago, and that was even random. That was like, hey, we need somebody canceled. Like we need a comic for this taping that we're doing, and like the week they did it, I was like, sure, I'll do it. And then it ended up being this thing, and I was like, oh wow, this is cool. And
I feel like that's so much of the industry is like just being open to stuff or being like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Because you never know where this shit is going to lead.
I had one time I showed up to a show and a comic who I love so much, Mike Menendez, he's in Miami right now. I hope he comes back soon. But I walked in the door and he laughed and clapped and he goes, I knew it. And I went, what? And he goes, every time somebody drops a show, you show up. I'm like a Roomba, man. Like that's even people be like, you're always on shows. I was like, I'm on shows because people know that they can message me like noon that day and I'll show up on time. Like it wasn't that I was like getting booked selected. That was just reliable.
Yeah, well, that's so much of it too, because I think that people forget like that is a good business, you know, like even though yes, it's creative stuff, but I think so many comics are like, I think that
missing that part.
Yeah, they're like unreliable or psychotic or whatever, and you're like, you can't just wild out on people.
or just very bare minimum stuff that, like you said, even if you want to talk as much shit as you want to about a day job, but it's like, I know how to answer an email. I know how to, like, there are very things that I think are like I'm on autopilot about that take some comments half a day to do. And it's like, I know how to write, you know what I mean? Like, there are writers, like, there are people that write but can't write 2 lines of an email without putting fuck in it. And that's a problem. Like,
or they send an email and it's crazy. It's so funny too, because I feel like it feels so inherent, I guess.
Yes, right, but it's not to people.
And I'm like, in the last, I guess, year, I started teaching this class, this like late night packet writing class, and I'm like, it's surprising to me, like, just some of the things that I think, like, well, everybody knows this, but I'll just say it anyway. And then people are like, oh, really? And
go back and say that again, whatever. And you're like, yeah,
like, when you're like, don't be a creep. I don't know. Like, it's just, I mean, like, I'm guessing that makes you like really grateful for the advertising experience and all of that copywriting and everything, because it's like, not that you would have been lost otherwise, but it certainly sharpens those skills.
But it's like, I wrote press releases for other people. You know what I mean? It's like, I definitely have at least a little bit. And even being with Tyra and going to like a couple events with her and doing like the social media stuff, but just like seeing how all those people move and all this stuff. And even when I was doing retail, like clothing, we did the photo shoots as a marketing team. So it's like, I'll see, like, sometimes I'll be like, oh my gosh, I know that girl. And it's a model, but it'll be like, oh, I just buckled her shoes. Like, I don't actually know her. Like, but.
And you're not like one of those lunatics that like thinks you know the person. My nose keeps running.
Not
that I need to say that on that thing, but I'm like, such bad allergies right now. Anyway,
no, one time one of them did, like, I saw her in the gallery, not the gallery. What's the pretty one? The Grove.
Oh yeah.
I was walking around the Grove looking at shoes with my mom, and I was like, oh my god, hey! She was like, hey girl, and I was like, oh, I can't believe she remembered me.
Yeah, but also she could have just been like, hey, and then like,
oh my god, you're so right. She didn't know who I was at all.
I mean, not to like say she didn't remember you.
No, I'm joking. No, we are Instagram friends, so I know that she actually didn't know who I was.
So the comedy, like after you did the 15-minute special, Comedy Dynamics just like heard it randomly and
because I think they were like just looking for this was like a couple years ago, so I feel like they were just kind of looking for a bunch of comedy audio and came across it. And then I just started talking to people there that I just like never lost contact with. Yeah. And then when this came up, he was like, hey, do you want to do this? And I was like, yeah. And it's so funny because after I got off stage from the taping and met him for the first time, I was like, oh, hi! Like, we've been emailing for 3 years. Hello! Like, I've never met you in real life. Yeah.
That's crazy that it was like a seed that was planted 2 years ago.
I remember talking to him on my lunch break at my job when I had just gotten the job that I got laid off from this year. So I worked there 2 years. So yeah, it was like 2.5 years ago. I was talking to him on my lunch break in this like, between these like giant towers in El Segundo, being like, yeah, I don't think I'm really ready for that, and I don't want to do it, and it sucks, so like I'm just gonna wait. And like,
that's so big of you though, because I feel like so many comics will get an opportunity they're not ready for. I'm not trying to call anyone out specifically, but and I think that so many people operate out of this place of fear. Like, well, if I don't do this now, I can never do it.
Yes.
And so then they take the opportunity and they eat shit, and then
And I feel that way about also shows individually. Because I used to feel really, really bad sometimes about saying like, oh, I can't do this show, and think that person's never going to ask me to do a show again. Yeah. And even in terms of having experience from day jobs and stuff and being like, oh, sorry, I can't make that date, but like, please let me know if you already have dates for next month or whatever it is, where they know I actually want to do it. Like, I'm not blowing you off, but I don't burn myself out on shows. If I have 2 shows in a row and somebody asks me to do a show on the 3rd night, I'm not so afraid that they're not going to have another day for me that I won't be like, I can't do that. Because I'm not going to be good. If I know, and now my day job is a lot different, but if I was like, I'm going to be burnt out and not funny, I'm not going to do it. I'd rather wait to do it on a night where I'm amped to like do my best and not feel this pressure of like every time someone asks you to do something, you have to do it. Like,
yeah. I do feel like that's such a mental illness that permeates the comedy scene where people are like, you just gotta keep grinding, and I'm like, or
you could take
stay home and have a vegetable.
Fucking nap, dude. Oh my gosh.
Spend a minute with your family. Do literally.
You have to go
anything
live life, because then otherwise all your jokes just end up being about being here. And what are you even doing?
Yeah. Truly. So with the wow, I don't speak English anymore. The opportunity for the special at the Tribeca Film Fest, like that just popped up this year.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's so. It's so cool to see like that was a seed that was planted years ago, and then everything just happened so fast all at once.
And it was kind of like me kind of emailing back and forth and not knowing when it was going to be official, and kind of working on things on my end and being like, I'm just going to work like it's going to be real. And if it's not, a worst case scenario, I'll have this really fun hour at junior high, which by the way was fucking sick. Even just the idea of having an hour be that much fun was just like all on its own amazing. So much.
Did you how did you prepare for that? Did you do an hour like all over the place, or was it just at junior high?
So I did 45 minutes at the beginning of the pandemic over Zoom, and it was awful. Like, just Jesus Christ. The heaviest, like, God bless whoever sat through that. I think my friend from literally kindergarten sat through it with her ex-husband. Like, God bless her. Like, it was not good.
Is that why they got divorced?
Hopefully I was not a catalyst. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm so sorry. I love her. But yeah, I did that, and then just did a bunch of shows online the past year and a half. So I had enough material that was new, and I had run that was real. Wasn't just like, so I'm in my apartment. I had like actual stuff kind of also that I could add into stuff that I hadn't gotten to say in forever. And so I was just kind of putting all this stuff together, knowing that junior high at least was real, and set up that date on my own. Was just like, I have to set up a date to say this out loud at some point. So set that up. Yeah. And then was like, that's going to be like my last big run before.
Did that feel like so much pressure when you got to New York and you're like, all right, well, I ran this once?
No, I felt a lot of pressure before junior high. Once I did it at junior high, I was like, oh, I did that because I did that and left stuff out. So I knew.
Got it. Okay.
And also I'm audio, like learning wise, I'm audio. So once I had the audio of me doing junior high, I just listened to it nonstop. Just to make sure I did everything in the order that I wanted it to. And that helped me a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome. What was the experience like shooting the special?
Really fun. I mean, I don't know if it's because I did dance stuff before, but people could be like, what was it like? And I was like, it was like what you would imagine something would be like. It was like you run things before you do a sound check, and then you go and like, if anything, it was exciting to see so many people that I knew there. I was expecting to see a bunch of strangers there. Yeah. And then like a bunch of my friends came, like comics that have left LA and just moved to New York since then were there. My high school date to prom came. Like it was a good time.
From Florida? Like,
no, he lives in New York, and we've been friends all the time. And he was like, oh, I'm definitely coming to your show. I was like, okay. It was funny. So yeah, it was great.
That's so awesome. And do you have, I mean, you were saying before we started recording, you don't know when it'll be out. Do you know if they're cutting it down or what? Like, do you have any control over that kind of stuff?
I do get to like hear it and say like there are things that I already personally want to talk to them about. Not like a lot, but one thing that I'm like, oh yeah, I want to edit this and fix this because I want to do a different version of that later. Just like stuff in my head that I want. But I think, I should get to talk to them about like cuts and editing it down because I did more than was needed knowing that. Yeah. So even the way I felt when I had like 20 to 30 minutes left, I was like, oh yeah, I feel good about this. Like it'll be.
That's great. I love that so much.
Thanks.
And it was in front of a live audience.
Yeah. So it was at a studio.
So
it was at a studio in New York. They had like, I think a little over 100 people.
Nice.
And they had I think that they definitely had some people that they brought in that were just like, want to come see a comedy show? Because there were like multiple old black men asleep in the front row.
Oh, no.
But whatever. It was 10:30. God bless them.
Yeah.
It was
10:30
late.
is really late for a taping.
No, but I did also realize, because this has happened at real shows, like I was at a contest in San Diego, and it happened with an old black lady, where old black people will fall asleep in the front row of your show, but then laugh with their eyes closed. So I was like, okay, they're kind of checked in. Like,
yeah, they're like, I've been working all day. I'm doing my best.
Stop resting your eyes at my show, Mom. Like, that's what it feels like. It's like when you're trying to tell your mom a story.
That is so fucking funny. I love it. So what do you think is next for you then? Do you have plans for, like how to, I mean, not to sound gross, but like how to capitalize on it, or what to do with it?
I feel like I know personally I should probably put more stuff on my TikTok. Because I have like 4 things on there because I don't care and I can't figure out what format to put my clips in so that it will accept them.
Yeah, who knows?
But that's something that just in the back of my head, I was like, oh, I should probably build that up before anything launches. But then I was like, they'll give me stuff maybe and I can put that on there. But I want to put like my other, because I have even clips from the Seed and Spark one that my aunt, when I went to go visit her, she was like reciting all these jokes. And I was like, what? And they were on YouTube from the Seed and Spark special. I was like, oh God. So yeah, I know that there are certain things that like maybe I would want to do, but I'm kind of trying to lay low until I know what's happening, and then maybe do like a couple. Because also I like being home. I don't love being gone for like months at a time. So I'll do like some long weekends. That I'd be happy doing that and chill and see what happens and just keep like writing. I'm really having a really good time writing and like learning new ways to write and that kind of thing.
Are your parents pretty supportive of comedy?
Yeah, well,
like, do they get it?
I feel like they've always been, they're hyper, it's so funny. They're a perfect balance because my mom is the hyper practical one that is always like, you have to have a day job. I love all of your creative things, but like, that doesn't pay bills. And my dad is like, literally, you can do anything. I'll be your manager. Like my dad, like.
Well, I mean, he was the one renting your jewelry. So.
Yes, that's true. He is a almost borderline delusional level of supportive sometimes. But yeah, it's really funny where
I love that so
like
much.
Anytime he comes to a show, he normally ends it by going, well, yeah, because you good. And I'm like, thanks, Dad. Like, he'll be like, yeah, because you was funny. Or he always is just like, the people were laughing. Like, they always just observe whatever is happening in the room as a judge of whether or not I'm good or not. So
I love that. So cute.
And so my dad comes to more shows because my mom is just like, it's late and I'm tired. But my dad,
she's like, I'll be there, but I will have my eyes closed.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. My dad will come to shows. My mom did come to like one of like the biggest shows I had in Jacksonville, like the first year I did comedy. But my dad will come to like bar shows and get drink tickets before me. Like open micers.
Gosh, that's so sweet.
Open micers in Jacksonville love Kenny Davis. And also a lot of my jokes are still about him, but especially when I started, were just like so based in just like how ridiculous he is that people love him. Like, I
love that so much. I mean, neither of my parents have ever been to a show of mine.
What?
And and they'll be at the first one in October, and I'm like excited, but I'm also nervous because I'm like, they're not the most supportive.
No, I don't think my dad is totally checked into what I'm saying. That's what I mean. I think that I think he would have more questions if he were fully listening. He's like, look at everyone enjoying my daughter. That's more what
he's just excited.
Yes, because I do
running on
jokes.
Joy.
Yeah, because like I have a joke about how we're exactly alike. And so I feel like he would be amazing at sucking dick, but he'll never know it. Like he should not like that joke, but I did that joke in front of him, and I was like, Dad, are you okay with that last joke? And he goes, they loved it. Like, I don't think that he heard what was happening in the joke.
Into what they're doing.
Yes. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, whatever, dude. But
that's so funny. God, what? I'm so envious of that because my family is like, you said this thing and actually it's this, and I'm like, there's exaggeration in comedy, guys. Everybody relax.
Well, I was in tears because my grandma saw my stand-up because she doesn't have the internet or anything, and so she saw it on my phone for the first time this over 4th of July weekend, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's never heard me joke about my grandpa passing away or any of that stuff. Oh, yeah. And I was like, Grandma, are you okay? I mentioned you in the beginning of that joke. She was like, huh? And I explained the whole joke to her that she just listened to. And she kind of giggled and looked at me like she kind of understood what I was saying. She said, Trina got them people screaming. They don't care. They only care about the end result. I love that. So,
that is the sweetest thing.
But I was very nervous about that. Yeah. We'll see. But I think I'll be okay for the most part. Yeah.
That's so great. One last question. What, if your childhood self, 11-year-old Katrina could see you and meet you, what do you think she would think?
I mean, I think about that all the time just because, like I said, my expectations have always been so low. So it's I, even as an only child, just wanted to live by myself. When
get me the fuck out
I used to, okay, I'm no joke. I had a recurring dream because also I told you I love houses. So I used to make floor plans. I was obsessed with floor plans. I used to make them.
I do this. This is how I put myself to sleep. I imagine a floor
I used to make them to scale. I have grid paper everywhere.
Oh my God, I love this.
So I used to have a recurring dream that it was my perfect open floor plan that I dreamed, and it was me standing, and there were 3 steps going down into this great room, and it was me and a golden retriever. That's the only thing I've ever dreamed of living with. And that was when I was little. Yeah. So it wasn't that I was imposing any kind of I don't need no man. I was a child, and I was it's going to be me and a dog. So I'm I will wake up and be the fact that I can afford to live in an apartment by myself is I would already be happy. So doing that special was kind of a level of accomplishment that I never really anticipated for myself. So
I love that. I also love that you could have a dog and do not.
No, I have a cat because also that's something I learned about myself as an adult is I'm better. I love dogs, but I'm a better owner of a cat.
Yeah.
Because I'm never here and he minds his business.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and a dog certainly does not mind their business.
Oh my God, they need to go outside all the time. I can't. I'm selfish. I can't. It's no.
I love it. Well, anything else that you have on the horizon that you're excited about?
Let me see. Like I said, I have some stuff coming up that I'll post about whenever I'm allowed to. But yeah, I've gotten to, like you said, even about things just randomly coming up. I feel living in LA and all the different expectations that people can have and stuff. It's if you just keep sticking with the people that you feel in your gut you fuck with for whatever reason, whether it's this person's super weird and I always think they're funny, even if it's I've sat in a room with this person and watched them bomb their fucking dick off, but I love them all the time, and you always book those friends and come to their shows and support them. I feel now I'm getting to just a timeline in LA where my friends that work hard and are funny are being found, even if it is a small niche, even if it's not Netflix.
Oh, absolutely.
It's they're getting on their stuff. So I'm doing stuff with my friends that is fun, but now people are giving them money to make the stuff that they want. And it's not just us doing it for free. It's the same thing I would have done a year and a half ago for free. And now I have to do a W-9 for it or whatever the fuck. It's the same thing. So it's kind of nice to just, if you can find something that you can do that this world will pay you for enough to support yourself, enough to not put the pressure on what you love to also be what supports you. I think that really frees up your ability to discern what you do and don't love about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you can only do what you want to do and it doesn't matter. So I don't know. I guess that's a thing.
I love that. I think that's great. I'll wrap up on that. Thank you so much, Katrina. It's so good to see you. And you know, if anybody's in LA and listening to this, I know you have some shows coming up and they should look at your website.
Yeah, I did. I did just
You're
update.
So damn funny.
Thank you. I did just update my website, and Katrina Savad, which is just Davis backwards, SIVAD. But it's my website, my Instagram, everything's the same. And I did just update my website. So there's a bunch of shows on there for the next, like, however many, like the month and a half or whatever that's coming.
I love it. Yay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Thanks so much for listening. Once again, that was Katrina Davis. You can find her on Twitter and Instagram at Katrina Savad. It's Katrina and then Davis spelled backwards. And I'm Lisa Curry. You can find me on Twitter at Lisa_Curry and on Instagram at Olympian Lisa Curry. If you're enjoying the show, like, subscribe, tell a friend. You know the deal. Also, I've got a lot of cool shows coming up all over the U.S. and outside of the U.S. So hop on over to lisacurry.net to check out those dates. And we'll catch you next week. Bye.